The kuf makes the k sound like in queen. The shot level of understanding for this letter is that it has a numerical value of 100 and it is the 19th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It means monkey because when Adam was in the garden and he was naming all the animals, the monkey was imitating what Adam was doing. So Adam named the monkey kuf. Monkeys imitate. It also means kalipa, which translates to shell in English. It means unholiness and the opposite of unholiness. The kuf represents someone who imitates and copies the things that he sees. Just like the monkey, have you ever heard the expression, monkey see, monkey do? In today's world, children imitate their parents in what they see and hear on TV and online. They imitate them and talk like them. They imitate and open their mouth and speak like them. Any person can imitate good things or bad things.
That's why this kuf looks like the high priest. See the ephod? Yeshua is our high priest.
Doesn't this kuf look a little deceptive with the glasses on? It's a little scary, right? You can't even see his eyes. It's important to surround yourself with people who give a godly example. Imitating others in a good sense is good. Imitating kindness is good. Imitating holiness is good. And imitating good behavior is good. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 11:1, "Be imitators of me, just as I also am of Messiah." We are to imitate God on earth. Kuf is the only letter in the Hebrew alphabet that points down. It has 3 lines, but it points down in a negative way. All the other letters point up in a positive way. The remez level of understanding for this letter is that this letter is spelled with a kuf, a vav, and a pei. So feet. If you add all their numerical values together, which is kuf, 100, vav, 6, and fei, so feet, 80, you get 186. If you add 1 plus 8 plus 6, you get 15. And if you add 1 plus 5, you get 6. And the numerical value of vav is 6. It is the letter of creation, animals, Torah, and man. The letter kuf represents a person who copies or imitates
everything he sees.
Just like the monkey. Have you ever heard the phrase, monkey see, monkey do?
Now for the third level of understanding, the darash. So what does this really mean? What does this have to do with you and me? Well, the kuf represents someone who does not respect the boundaries of Torah and that has sinned. We've all have sinned and been destitute of the glory of God. It says in the book of Romans, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." For this letter also represents what is false. For example, the Bible tells us not to follow the ways of the nations because we will not be blessed. It says in the book of Jeremiah, "Hear the word that Adonai speaks to you, house of Israel. Thus says Adonai, do not learn the way of the nations or be frightened by the signs of the heavens. Though the nations are terrified by them, the customs of the peoples are useless." So it's saying, do not follow the ways of the nations. Do not imitate those ways. Now for the fourth level of understanding, the sod. On the contrary, the opposite of the word kuf is holy. It represents holy, kadosh. In essence, kuf is like the letter vav, right? It means man and creation. Man was created on the 6th day. We were created and we have a shell, a klippa, and we are made in the likeness of our Creator, the Father, God. In other words, we were created as man, not monkeys, and we are to imitate the ways of our Father like Yeshua HaMashiach did. Jesus did what he saw his Father do. Like children, we imitate what our parents do, like especially when you're really young. Like you do everything your parents do, like when you're a little baby.
Bah.
And like that, our greatest purpose in life is not to imitate or to love or to follow the ways of the world, but to imitate and to follow and to love the ways of our Father. And to bring his kadosh, his holy presence here to earth through our actions, our thoughts, and our words. It says in John 1:11, he came to his own, but his own did not receive him. So because of this, we always need to be careful what we're seeing and doing and listening to. If the music of this world isn't glorifying God, we need to stop listening to it. And we are supposed to be singing and listening to the music of heaven, right? Heavenly songs that are holy to God and represent him in a good way. And so finally, I say to you, we are not supposed to be a monkey and imitate everything of this world that the world does, but we are to be a true child of God that imitates the love of the Father and that knows that the holy presence of God is living within them. We are to be those children that imitate the Father. Now teach you how to draw and paint the goof.
So to draw the cube, we're gonna start over here in this area. I'm mostly gonna be drawing off of this versus this. So we're gonna make the line here. Start here. Start making your line. Then we're going to. So we're gonna draw the letter. So we're just gonna draw this part. Like that. Then we're gonna draw this line that goes over here, this part. Just like that. So now that we have the letter done, we're going to make the monkey. So we're gonna start with the head over here. So the head is skimming over here, so we want to like make that shape. Like that. So then we're gonna start making the face a little bit. So we're gonna like start here. Like that. I'm gonna make the glasses. Just like that. Now I'm gonna make the mouth and the nose. So just to kind of make like a little Y like thing, like this. Then just go down like that. Then make 2 hops like that to make for the tongue. The next thing I'm going to do is make the ear, the inside of the ear. So now that we have the face done, we're just going to finish the rest of the body. So we're going to start here, around here, and go down like this. Start in a little bit and make like a curved line to make the leg. Like that. Right about here, we're gonna start making the inside of the leg. So we're gonna go over here and make like a C-shaped curve, like that. So I'm gonna make another line. Well, I'm gonna make the arm now. So the arm that goes over here. So I'm gonna start closer to the inside here and just start going down. So next, I'm just gonna connect this line here. I'm gonna make another line like this, like that. Then I'm gonna make this part just a little curved line, going like that. Now, since I have the monkey done, I'm just gonna make the rest of the lines like for the bottom, the ground. That. Now for the palm tree.
So this part's like the palm tree here. See how it goes and go the line with that? That's what we're going to do here. We're going to start on the ground with that and just curve into it. This hand it keeps going. What about here? I'll say it keeps goes like that. And we're going to make the other side. Just like that. Then I'm going to make 3 circles like coconuts. That. And just start making the palm tree leaves. Like that. So now I'm going to finish the other arm that's over here on the inside. So right about here, I will go out like this. Then keep going up. Now I'm just going to start erasing all these lines and grid lines. We need to do the water in the background. The water. So just like make little. The water's not all level, so you can like make it a little bumpy. So this is how you draw the coof on Paradise Island.
So to paint the coof, I'm going to start with the background first, and the background is a combination of 3 different colors. The sky is Caribbean. The color I use is Caribbean. For this oceany water type of thing, I use bright blue, and then for the sand, I use warm buff. In total, all the colors that I'm going to be using for this painting are black, real green, Caribbean, pumpkin orange, nutmeg, bright blue, warm buff, and classic caramel. Once I do the background, I'm going to be working on the tree, and for the stem of the tree, I use nutmeg, and for the palm leaves and this little grassy area on the bottom is real green, and for the actual coof, I use the color orange, and then for the monkey, I use 3 different browns. I use nutmeg, classic caramel, and warm buff. And when we get to the monkey, I'll show you the different color combinations that I use. So let's get started. Now we are going to read to you Psalm 119 verses 145 to 152 and explain to you how they correlate with the coof.
Verse 145 through 146. I cried out with all my heart. Answer me, Adonai. I will keep your decrees. I cried out to you. Save me, and I will keep your testimonies.
So in other words here, David is basically saying, turn your face to me so I can copy you, so I can imitate your word and do what it says. Like the monkey, remember monkey see, monkey do? They always do what they're seeing. They are copycats.
The next 2 verses are 147 through 148. I am up before dawn, crying for help. I put my hope in your word. My eyes are up before every night watch, as I meditate on your word.
So here David is still pleading, turn to me so I may imitate you. And he's also wanting God to answer him, right? To turn to him so he can see his face. And David wants God to make David holy, kadosh.
The next 2 verses are 149 through 150. Hear my voice with your loving kindness. Revive me, Adonai, with your judgments. Pursuers of wicked schemes draw near. They are far from your Torah.
So the key phrase here is pursuers of wicked schemes. Remember, Kuf also represents something that is deceiving, a person who is deceiving. And one of the biggest deceiving factors that we see today is religion. Religion imitates holiness, and it can be deceiving.
The last two verses are 151 through 152. You are near, Adonai, and all your mitzvot are truth. Long ago, I learned from your testimonies that you founded them firmly forever.
So it says, you are near, Adonai. And so David's prayer has been answered. The first one he said, remember, turn to me. So now he's near and he turned to David. And the also other key word here is truth. What is the opposite of truth? False. God is true, not false. So we have just read to you Psalm 119 verses 145 to 152 and explained to you how they correlate with the Kuf. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint in my island, and to do this I'm just going to be using one color, and that's warm buff. Now I'm going to paint in my tree here, and to do this I'm just going to paint in up here because the tree kind of goes into the Kuf and I don't want the Kuf to be brown. I'm going to make it orange. And so I think I might just make the tree go out a little bit more so that you can see it going down all the way. And the color I'll be using for the tree is nutmeg. And for the coconuts, we could probably use a combination of nutmeg and maybe classic caramel so they're not like the same color of the stump. And for the palm tree leaves, I'm going to be using real green. For the actual Kuf, I'm just going to be using the color orange and my number 2 angle brush. So now for the moment of truth, right? The actual monkey. Okay, so for the outside fur, the little that's darker, I'm going to be using a combination of nutmeg and classic caramel. And then for the inside fur, I'm going to be using a little bit of warm buff and a tiny bit of classic caramel. And then for the darker areas, like his nose and some highlighted areas around his arm, I'll just be using nutmeg. Now for the glasses, I'm just going to use the color black, and then on the hands, I'm just going to do 2 lines with nutmeg, the nutmeg color, just so you can see fingers. And then over here on this hand too, I'll do the same thing, and on the foot, I'll probably do a line or 2 so that you can see toes. And then for the nose, I'm going to trace with nutmeg as well and around the mouth. So I hope you enjoyed painting the Kuf with me, and that's how you paint the Kuf.
Today you learned about the Kuf and how it makes the k sound like in queen. You learned that its numerical value is 100 and it means monkey, unholiness, klippa, which is shell, which is shell.
It means to imitate.
Just to imitate. And the opposite of unholiness. You learn that this letter is spelled with a kuf, a vav, and a pe sofit.
This letter also means that you learn that it means what is false, and we are not to copy the ways of the nations, or we will not be blessed. But instead, we are to imitate our Father in heaven and His holy presence. We are to love and to follow and to copy His love for us to others. And we can do this through our actions, through what we say, and through what we think. So, we hope you enjoyed this video. Shalom! Now let's teach you how to draw and paint the kuf.
You don't have the code. I don't know how long that was there.
Now we'll teach you how to draw